before we get to our main theme of today's show, I want to begin with just a little extra bonus piece of material that I just stumbled upon while doing research for this show. It's amazing sometimes the things that people take the time to upload to YouTube. For instance, when I was trying to find a piece of video for this show, and I've spent hours looking for it, it doesn't exist on YouTube, but somehow I was able to find what I'm going to play for you in just a second here. On a past show, we talked about catchphrases from commercials in the past, and the very famous late 80s, early 90s maybe, I guess it was late 80s, I've fallen and I can't get up commercial for Life Alert, a product that is still around today. And my understanding, it's a good product, but if you're not familiar with that little soundbite, just here's a little taste of it.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Famous line,
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Okay, there it is.
I've fallen and I can't get
up. Okay, that'll do. There we go. That's the line. Okay, thank you. Yes. Okay, let's see. I want to stop. Why will that not stop playing? We got it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me tell you why. Because this is from YouTube, and someone has taken the time to upload 10 hours worth of this. It's the same video clip, so it's not even just the audio. They took the time to get the video segment. It would be quicker and easier to do just with audio, but they took the whole video segment of the woman on the bathroom floor who has indeed fallen. And if you're not quite sure, well, what's going on in the scene, well, she can't get up. So, and it just...
I've fallen and I can't get up. I've fallen.
10 hours worth of that. I've been playing it for 1:14. 10 hours worth of that. Wow. I would kill to have that sort of free time on my hands that I can upload 10 hours of this. Wow. Okay, I'm just going to continue to let that play in the background, and why don't we get the show started? Welcome to the podcast, which is all about the world of direct response. Are we on the air? I'm your host, Sean Wilsey, and for over 30 years I hosted shows on cable shopping networks, and now I want to be your guide into this world as we look at the ever-changing nature of DRTV. Part of DRTV, not just the cable shopping networks, but also the world of infomercials, and that is where we're going to be heading for a little bit today. Is she still there? Yes, it's 2 minutes in, and it's still playing. I am going to have to pause that because I need my computer for other audio today, because earlier in this whole series we did back in one of the first episodes of 2021, we talked about Mr. Kevin Trudeau, a gentleman who I've crossed paths with once in my career back around 92, I guess 93 maybe it was. I could tell then, just in my brief interactions with him, he was a charlatan and a fake and a fraud, but there were some people that I worked with who were on a higher pay grade than me that thought he was wonderful and that we needed to sell his products. And one woman, executive with a company, said that she wished all of the Value Vision hosts could be as good as this man. Yeah, okay, sure. Well, where is he? Because last time we discussed him, he was in jail. He had talked a series of books about the things they don't want you to know about, and one of them was weight loss cures they don't want you to know about. I stand by the fact, by the way, this guy could get into politics. And the more I look at the political landscape that we're in, and again, I'm not turning this into a political show, I really do think, and for reasons that become even more incredible in a little bit later on in the show, so just stick around and you'll see what I mean, because I made this comment last year and a half ago. Even more so now, I think he is the foundation. I'm going to play some audio first. Let's get an update on what has happened to him, because he is free. This is audio that you're going to hear. By the way, thank you, WLS Channel 7 in Chicago, for this. I would watch this station every night just hoping that this reporter you're going to hear would come on. He is, and I don't even have his name. I'm sure I think he gives it in the audio clip here. He's in a dark gray pinstripe suit, white shirt, kind of a dark pink, almost mauve tie on, tortoiseshell glasses, and graying, almost completely gray hair, very slicked back. You can tell he's been at this station a while. I don't know his background, but he is part of the ABC 7I team. So, hard-hitting investigations. Well, let's get an update on Mr. Kevin Trudeau from this reporter. Oops, it would help if I get some audio for you.
Terrell, it's eyes wide shut tonight for infomercial pitchman Kevin Trudeau.
I love that voice. This is old school reporter. I've got the deep voice. You know when you hear from me, you're in trouble. You run a store, even if you have the cleanest business in the world. He walks in, you're just telling your employees, what? Get the gas cans, burn the place down. Because Chuck, that's his name, Chuck Goudie. Chuck's here, and he's gonna pin us to the wall for something. I gotta back it up a little.
Wide shut tonight for infomercial pitchman Kevin Trudeau as he sees no evil, while prosecutors and government regulators see him as a finagler of finances. Currently,
I'm sure the legal term was finagler of finances. I promise I'll get through this. The picture of Kevin in the background, because it says 7I team, eyes wide shut, and they got a screen grab of him with his mouth wide open, his eyes just as big as saucers, and obviously he was like in mid-sentence of something very important, but it's like the worst picture you could get of someone. Back to Chuck.
Getting tens of millions of dollars somewhere, they say. Authorities wanted him back in court tomorrow. Now that's delayed, but they'd still like him locked up again. Trudeau made a handsome living hawking what is now considered weight loss malarkey and was already tapped for a decade behind bars. Now he's fighting to stay out again for allegedly stiffing the government of what they say he owes.
Yeah, he did, just to back up again, he did serve his time, and he was released, and now the government wants the money that he owes. So the next video is just of Kevin standing outside the courtroom waving down his car, I guess.
Here, where are you going? After the cat and mouse byplay in a federal courtroom, Kevin Trudeau has been continuing his playful antics on Dearborn Street, trying to hail the ride that was once a Bentley sedan during better days. But this is more than a legal ball of yarn for Trudeau, who learned that making deceptive weight loss claims actually did have consequences. Tonight, basically, the Federal Trade Commission suspects Trudeau has $37 million hidden somewhere. The slickster who was convicted of criminal contempt in 2013.
No mincing words with this guy. The slickster who was convicted. No, Mr. Trudeau, who was convicted. No, he's the slickster. Love this guy. TV news is dying. I'm telling you, I would watch this station every night just hoping he would be on. Fire every one of these 25-year-olds that they're hiring fresh out of college in major markets and replace them all with a clone of this guy. He is so good.
Claims he will pay back money owed as soon as the government tells him exactly how much he owes. Tonight, in this federal court filing obtained by the I-Team, he is asking for more time to obtain answers to those questions. Federal Judge Robert Gettleman could lock up Trudeau again for the holidays, what Trudeau tonight labels as coercive confinement. The felon tonight is being allowed to remain free.
The felon tonight is being allowed to remain free. Oh, I love this guy. I should point out, this was right before the Christmas holidays. Again, this is one of the stories I've been meaning to get to forever, and we have other things that keep popping up here. And there is an update to this update in just a second.
As those answers are sorted out, while convicted con man Trudeau feigns...
Convicted con man. Oh, man, this guy. Best writer ever. I hope he wrote this. I'd like to think that he wrote this himself.
Ignorance, according to federal investigators, who suggest he's continuing to play con games and request round-the-world privileges from the court to practice fakery in the four corners of the world.
To practice fakery in the four corners of the world. Wait, by the way, till you hear what he's alluding to, because Mr. I-Team here, they don't go as deep as they should. Your reporter here, me, goes much deeper, and we'll get to that in a second.
Trudeau's eyes wide shut. He actually thinks the government may owe him money, even though the FTC has just filed a 347-page report in court with a very detailed breakout and balance sheet. Trudeau himself gave his take during questioning in a deposition by government attorneys last Friday. At one point, conman Trudeau telling government agents there's a possibility they owe him $400,000 in expense money. Judy?
Do you believe this guy? I mean, seriously. That was the end. It just started again. Yeah, he makes my blood boil. This is about as seriously emotional as you'll ever hear me get. But this man makes my blood boil. He built these people, and even if I'd never met the man, just watching his infomercials, being in the industry, I'll never forget walking through, when I was living in Minneapolis, there used to be a Borders bookstore downtown, and I remember walking through it, seeing New York Times bestseller, and his face on the cover of all these books, and it made me physically sick just looking at this, that this man was making all this money off of this book and these claims, these dubious claims, but he used that catchphrase, they don't want you to know about. And I go into this on a previous show, so I'm not going to rehash the whole thing. But it's just, because this was 15 years ago now. I haven't lived in Minneapolis in a long time. Must be 15 or so. But the point is, he got arrested. He did. He served his time, so got to respect that. But the fact now he's saying the government might owe him money. Let me go a little deeper into this guy's story than he did, because the I-team needed to do a little bit more work. They talked about him, money is missing. His wife testified in court that he has gold bars around the world. I mean, literally gold bars. He has gold stashed around the world. So the man is sitting on a lot of money in a lot of places. He's just not forking it over, and he's using the excuse, well, the government hasn't told me how much I need to fork over. Yes, they have. So so he's trying to hide all this money all around the world. And he also, and this is where I was shocked when I read what I'm about to share with you, but I shouldn't be. Because this just adds another layer to what I said in 2021 when I said the man could have a successful political career. I was jailed because I tried to reveal what they don't want you to know about. Well, turns out it even goes deeper than that, because he has been getting money this whole time from his fan club. And I'm using air quotes when I say fan club because that's how it's referred to. Fan club members have donated money that Trudeau has used to pay for his lawyers and living expenses since his release from prison, as well as the bulk of the $1.8 million that he's already sent to the FTC to date. So the fines that he's already paid to the FTC, they haven't even come out of his pocket. They have been from his fan club. Trudeau also emptied several bank accounts and his cryptocurrency wallet after the hearing in January. So maybe he did with some of that, might have been his money, or is it still stashed somewhere? Anyway, point being, this fan club, let's go back to this, because apparently part of the hook to some of his books was to get all the information. You needed to join this society. This is where my head starts to hurt, because Kevin Trudeau has now become, since being released from jail, an employee with a $100,000 salary of the Global Information Network. Okay, fair enough. What is the Global Information Network? Well, it is the club. It is this thing that he created back when he was writing these books to get people to pay to join. And then he was going to reveal, and I swear to you, I'm not making this up, all of the secrets of the Illuminati, that there were 30 Illuminati members actually on the board of this secret club, the Global Information Network. And so now he goes to jail. He started all this, got people to join up. It was like $250 a month they were paying to join this club. He goes to jail. The Global Information Network is then sold to some of its members. So on paper, he's no longer part of this because he's in jail. Global Information Network survives. He's now out of jail, and he's a $100,000 a year employee on that. You know it's not long before he takes this over again. When you go to their website, the Global Information Network, this is where it gets just to a whole nother level of strange, but in a way, I'm not surprised. And you click on it, it's all about prosperity. It says the Global Information Network, sovereignty, wealth, freedom. The Global Information Network offers its members, again, you spend damn good money to join this thing, a variety of private, exclusive, worldwide benefits and privileges. These benefits are all designed to help members achieve success, prosperity, and abundance in every key aspect of life. I'm reading this thinking I've heard this before. Many membership benefits are confidential and for members only. Now I'm remembering where I've heard this before. The core benefits of membership include exclusive members-only total success training, subject-specific training in the key areas of life, online and live major weekend events, seminars and conferences, workshops, courses, awards, banquets, symposiums, expos, retreats, adventure outings, lecture, local chapter meetings. There's the GIN, G-I-N, Global Information Network. The GIN core member training for total success includes the Success Mastery course, levels 1 through 12. The Science of Personal Mastery course, lessons 1 through 100. Do you know who does a lot of these same things? A lot of these very similar things? Scientology. If you've ever watched Leah Remini's wonderful A&E series or listened to her podcast, or there's a lot of books that have been written, I started reading about this stuff back in the 90s after watching an A&E back when they actually did investigative journalism of their own story. This is Scientology stuff here. Specific training, subject training, wealth creation, dynamic health, perfect health and longevity course. Scientology does courses. Happiness, joy, inner peace, emotional well-being, the path to happiness course. That's almost an exact ripoff of a Scientology course. The secrets of the secret societies. Again, that's the course where he talks, I guess, about the Illuminati and reveals their secrets, motivation. Anyway, I could go on and on and on. It's just, it seems to me he realized that, okay, I can sell a lot of books, and then I can get a lot of people to join this club and send me really good money. Now, you gotta know he's been getting some money from these people over the years. One of the fan club members that has been donating, and I'm probably going to botch the name, Nishan Bhatt, 26 years old, makes monthly donations to Trudeau's fan club and watched the first hours of Trudeau's testimony from the courtroom gallery before Trudeau was cross-examined by the FTC lawyers and handed Trudeau a signed affidavit stating his payments were made willingly and even nothing of any hidden assets. Bhatt is also, again, paid to become a Global Information Network member and paid for seminars. Here's what he says, this gentleman. It's not monetary value right now, he said of what he spent on Trudeau's self-improvement program. But my life is getting better. Things are going more my way. I'm a happier person. I'm telling you. They're also in the late 80s. Used to be this thing called Life. I think it was called LifeSpring. It was a similar kind of thing. They went, I think, bankrupt in the 1990s. But again, it was personal well-being. You bought books. You went to courses. Went to seminars. There's a lot of these regional kind of things. But this is huge. And they have pictures on their website that make me wonder whether they're real pictures from the Global Information Network gatherings or not. Is this just some sort of... well, no, this does look pretty legit, but it's like, have they photoshopped this? Is this some sort of Getty Images picture? But here again, the man is probably going to escape unharmed. He's going to have access to money. He's going to have access to funds, and I still think he could take all of this and say, I was arrested, I did time, because I tried to expose what they don't want you to know about. So he'll probably come through this better than ever. And that's, I think, maybe the part, honestly, that hurts me the most is it's just, again, a felon, a snake oil salesman is going to get away with this. And it just, that hurts. And that makes me sad and it makes me angry. I hope I'm wrong, but Anyway, I'm again digging through the website. It's just you could almost open up the Scientology website, put the two side by side, and it's they even have a similar little triangle in their logo, similar to what the Scientology does. This network is going to open clubhouses and lodges. They're establishing local lodges and clubhouses, similar to what Scientology does with their local churches. And then they're going to have a cruise ship, the Jinn cruise ship. Scientology has Free Winds, its cruise ship. Their cruise ship is called Freedom. It's like copy paste, if anything. Well, maybe he knows where Shelley Miscavige is, by the way. Maybe he has the answer. You'll have to Google search that reference if you don't understand it. But just Google search Shelley Miscavige. Maybe she's on their ship, but it's just, and then it mentions the membership levels, and associate member, $10 initiation fee, $8.95 monthly dues. Oh, okay, that's not bad. Well, what does it cost to be a level 1 member? Classified. The qualifications classified, benefits classified, the perk rewards classified. So, yeah. But it is pretty well known that it's hundreds of dollars a month. By the way, here's the other sad part of this whole thing. You can go to Amazon.com and you can still buy the book. It's still there. The Weight Loss Cures they don't want you to know about. It has 3.5 star ratings. And when you go to sort the reviews by date, most recent December 24th, 2022. Excellent book that exposes the pharmaceutical lies, and the judge that put him in jail should be ashamed of himself for being bought and selling out the legal system. And this, by the way, is a verified purchase, so it is someone who actually did buy the book and wrote that. There's one a little bit older, January 2020. A lot of 5-star reviews here. Still, even says, Kevin is amazing. This person says, I believe Kevin is one of the greatest teachers of our time, if not the greatest. I'm getting sick again. If not the greatest. Yeah, I agree. The way he presents the fundamental law of nature and how he breaks it down in levels is beyond what the greatest gurus are capable of. I have studied the teachings of Kevin for about 2 years now, and my life has gotten better in so many ways. Waking up, happy feeling that this is a world full of wonders and magic, embracing life, just living in the now, feeling love and bliss on demand. Listen to this next line. Was trained imagery. Faculty is amazing, and I have to thank Kevin. Your wish is your command, and Jinn training is something that brings out the best in the inner beauty of every entity willing to take the journey. So, okay. Not a verified purchaser, by the way, just someone who's taking these classes. So it's similar to what people in Scientology do to review any book that L. Ron Hubbard has written. They basically just get on Amazon and leave reviews. Okay, one more, again, world of infomercials. Will we ever learn? Last year, we went over the home title lock infomercial, and Rudy Giuliani at the time was the person who was the host of that. Newt Gingrich has taken it over, and he's doing it now. Well, listen to this news story. Authorities in Texas have launched an investigation into the marketing claims of anti-fraud service Home Title Lock, looking to determine whether the California-based company that's been promoted by Rudy Giuliani, Newt Gingrich, and other right-wing personalities has misled consumers through its ads and promotional material. I won't tolerate false, misleading, or deceptive advertisements targeted to any Texas consumers, especially Texas seniors, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, a staunch conservative, said in a recent statement announcing his office's probe. Quoting again, if Home Title Lock is misrepresenting its services or the need for its services, I will put a stop to its unlawful behavior. And again, before anyone starts screaming, politics, going after the right, no. Our Attorney General here in Texas, Ken Paxton, is about as far to the right as you can get. So there is nothing political about what he's doing. And I'm, again, not to turn this into a political show, I'm not the world's biggest fan of Ken Paxton. I voted for someone else in the primary. But he won fair and square, and I applaud him for this. I think this is one of maybe the only thing that I've agreed with him doing, but I think it's good that he's stepping up, because there are some things with this. They've made some claims, again, that are dubious at best. In a lot of its advertising material, they have at times described title theft as a threat, quote, exploding across America. Since 2018 until recently, a frequent part of their pitch has been the claim that, according to the FBI, title theft is one of the fastest growing crimes in the country. Well, the FBI told ABC News recently it couldn't find any evidence that the agency ever described home title theft in that way. So when you start quoting the FBI and saying that, they're saying things, and if you're trying to make claims, the bottom line, again, it comes back to claims. If you're going to make claims, and this is what got Kevin into trouble, he couldn't substantiate his claims, is what could get the home title lock people in it. They can't validate their claims, then you're going to get into trouble, and you're going to call out. FBI reports show the number of Americans victimized by real estate rental crime has actually remained relatively steady over the past several years, with 11,562 victims in 2015 and 11,578 in 2021. So that's an increase of, 16 in the course of 6 years. So anyway, bottom line takeaway from this show is watch what you say. And if you're making claims, you better be prepared. I mean, worst case scenario, you have to be prepared to justify those claims to an attorney general or in a court of law. And if you can't substantiate those claims to that level, don't make the claim. And I can't tell you how many times I butted heads with executives over the years about this, saying, I am not making this claim. I will rephrase it and maybe say it this way, but no, I am not making that. Before and afters that there have been, I literally went into an executive's office and pointed out this before and after is nothing but airbrushing, because the model was literally in the exact same pose, exact same lipstick smear, exact same eyelash in a weird position. Said this was a Photoshop. This was not a before and after. So that never would have stood up in a court of law, and I probably just saved that company a potential lawsuit. So if you are in the industry and you see things like that, you have to speak up. And again, to her credit, she agreed, said, nope, we need that blasted from, I think was her word, the system, so that it couldn't even accidentally be shown. So claims, you better be prepared to back them up. And that was Orson reminding me that we have come to the close of yet another show, a quick one. But again, we got some, oh, by the way, let's see. I have to check. You know what's coming, don't you? Of course you do. You're smart. Is she still going at it? Let's see.
I've fallen.
Yeah.
And I can't get up.
Yeah.
I've fallen.
26 minutes in.
And I can't get
9.5 hours still to go.
I've
so,
fallen.
you know what? Let's go out with that.
Get up.
No, that is really annoying. We're not going out with that. Even I have my limits. Please. Oh, I have the driest sense of humor. Please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. You never miss a show. Plus, you can listen to the archive of past shows. I hope you'll check me out on Twitter, Facebook. I forget Facebook. I keep meaning to delete that. Twitter and YouTube at Sean Wilsey, and on Instagram at S. Wilsey. Thank you for downloading this edition of Are We On The Air? This has been a King Bobby production.
Yes, I know, Travis. That's why we give such bargains.
I've fallen. And I can't get up. I've fallen, and I can't get up. I've fallen, and I can't get up. I've fallen, and I can't get up. I've fallen.
Yes, I know, Travis. That's why we give such. Yes, I know.
Fallen,
yes, I know, Travis. That's why we give such bargains.
I've fallen, and I can't get up. I've fallen, and I can't get up. I've fallen. And I can't get up. I've fallen.